Hey, everybody, it's SKIM. I'm Scott.
And I'm Kim.
Welcome back to the show. How
Thanks.
are you? Kim's all sparkly today. Can you guys see in the video? Look at her. We just talked about this pre-show, but she looks...
I'm just wearing a sequin jacket.
I feel like you have important stuff to do.
I've got to go meet with the tax guy today.
Yep, tax guy meeting. May as well dress in sequins when you're meeting the tax guy and...
Take it up a notch.
Kick it up a notch. Anyway, we're here. It's me and Kim. You know, we're married and stuff. You know, I don't know if you guys are familiar with our deal.
We're married and stuff.
Yeah.
32 and a half years.
Stop.
Yeah.
Do you remember how simpler life was when we got married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot going on these days.
Clinton hadn't cheated with that girl yet. And
there was no cigar yet.
There was no cigar,
in the
blue
news.
dress. She was horribly mistreated by that whole thing. He's the aggressor.
Every woman usually is. Come on.
That's true. But anyway, he's a douche. But it was a simpler time. It didn't feel as crazy. In 1992 was the year we got married.
It didn't make him a felon.
Well, no.
Well,
but he did get impeached, just
Yes.
not booted.
well, we keep seeing that
Oh yeah, we don't.
so many times
impeachment
now.
means
I'm like,
nothing anymore. What does it even
It
mean?
used to be like, oh, it's going to be impeached. Oh my gosh. Now we're like,
Now I just want peaches.
how many times are we going to get impeached in a 4-year span of time?
We're probably not done yet.
No, we're not.
Probably have to wait till the midterms though. Anyway, what's going on with you? We're both. We had a colonoscopy yesterday. When I say we, I mean me. But you helped
had
me out.
yeah.
Kim was my drive.
I was the chauffeur
My
to the colonoscopy.
Yeah, took me there. Took me back. Straight to the
Scott was
sandwich
treated,
place.
and now it's like a wind tunnel, and we're all good to go. Hey, they did give you the all clear in 10 years.
They did 10 years. And they said, the only weird thing is they found my class graduation ring in there. Graduation. And I didn't have an answer for how it got there. Just kidding. No, it was all good. So I'm on the 10-year plan. And that means that it probably wouldn't be the same doctor. I'll never see that guy again.
He'll probably be retired then.
Dr. Schmidt, it was nice knowing you.
We'll see.
Maybe next time.
I think he's a little younger than us. So maybe.
Oh, yeah, he's probably in his 40s.
Maybe.
Here's the thing, though. Next time, let's not start that part until the drugs are in my veins, because he started early. I talked about this on TMS. I won't reiterate the whole thing, but he started early, and I knew it. And I'm laying there going, wait a minute.
Hold on.
And then I tasted the weird, whatever drug, and then fell
out.
asleep. But I remember being a little bit like, whoa.
Hold on a minute there. I don't know. That's an exit only.
You got an important meeting later? Like, what's going on here, Mr. Speedy Pants? It was
He
stupid.
had to go get his taxes done too.
It annoyed me. It is that time of year.
It is.
You
I'm
love doing
sorry,
taxes,
everyone.
don't you?
Oh my gosh, I hate it so much.
You're the biggest fan of taxes. You know, if it wasn't for taxes, I don't know if Kim would find true happiness in this life. You know?
I know. I told my accountant that. I'm like, it stresses me out every time you call. And he's like, I'm sorry.
Well, it's not.
That's not cool.
It's not so much his fault as it is the fault of
How dumb our taxes
modern
system is.
society. Yeah,
it's true.
And they make it complicated kind of for no reason. Like, as much as I know that there are problems with this, people that talk about a flat tax rate, it sounds really fun to me.
And
Just
I've talked
pay it
to
and be
people
done.
about their other countries' tax situations, and they just send you a bill at the end of the year. Here's what you owe.
And you
they
pay
don't
it.
go, now let's get every single penny correct, and if you don't, go to jail.
Yeah. Or
If you forgot anything, it's your fault.
if you're a mega billionaire, you don't have to pay anything.
Nothing at all, really. That would be nice too.
And then if you're just a regular person, you're going to have to struggle to make it meet.
Yeah.
I hate
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, it does to some people.
Well, but it still doesn't make any sense in the long run.
It makes
to everyone.
literal no sense.
Yeah.
Like no actual additional cents to equal dollars will come from them.
Yeah.
Sometimes negative tax rates for some of those people. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
They get other benefits that give them
I want to know what
negatives.
they are. I want my guy to know what all of them are so I can be
He's
like,
pretty good, though.
He's great.
He's pretty good at going.
He's great, but we still pay taxes every year. We never, ever get a tax
Oh,
return. I mean,
there's
that's,
no such thing anymore. Not in my life.
You own your own business and you're always going to pay. And that's fine, but it's always surprising what amounts. It's always different. It's sometimes we've paid enough throughout the year and sometimes we owe. I never know.
I had a boss who I think I've talked about before because he owes me like $90,000. He'll never pay it. from 2014 or 13, whatever it was.
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
Anyway, it was before my first colonoscopy. Get in there and get it done, 45-year-olds and ups. If you haven't gone yet, go when you're 45.
It's time.
Go again when you're 55, hopefully because they find nothing.
Yeah. Or I have a friend who's on the 3-year plan because her mother passed away from colon cancer.
And your sister died of colon cancer, same thing.
Yep. Now I'm on the 5-year plan.
Yeah. So Kim's on the 5-year plan. Your last one was great.
Last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything went fine.
Just found little stuffed animals in there. Just a wonderful place to be.
Wearing sequins?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know about that. But anyway, my whole point was? Where was I going there?
Get in there. Get your colonoscopy done.
But was it about taxes before that?
We were talking about taxes. I don't know where you came up with that. But anyway,
I don't know either.
Taxes suck and I hate them. I'm sorry, all the UCPAs out there.
Well, I think they know. It's like a dentist. They know people hate it, but they make a lot of money.
And that's fine, but why can't it be simpler? Why?
It didn't happen in our lifetime, babe.
The thing is, it is simpler if you work for someone else. You turn in your W-9 and here you go. Yeah. Here's your return. Woo!
Yeah.
We've saved all your money for you.
But when you try to be entrepreneurial in this world, which they're always telling you, the American dream
is to have your own business.
Do your own business.
And then you have to do taxes, and you're like, holy shit,
and they don't
come
give you loans because they think you're high risk. They give you 1,000 reasons why none of this should work. And it pisses
Unless you're
me off.
really terrible at this or a terrible person at this, and then you don't pay any taxes.
That's
you
right.
just get to walk away.
That's right.
And go, someone else is taking care of that for me.
Screw the system. That's right. And also,
the little guy is going to pay for my taxes.
Here's this thing. Here's the other thing I was going to say. I don't know why. Like, I understand I'm fairly centrist, little left of center, right? I don't understand why people have such a problem with the idea of a collective healthcare system in a country. We seem to be one of the only fully developed countries without
very
it.
Few.
Right? And I always ask myself, well, why? And it's easy to just do the extremes and go, 'cause we're not communists, you pinko. Like we could do that. I know. That's what I'm saying. Forget about all that for a minute.
Has been red, for lack of a better word, red flagged for so long that it hasn't been thought of as community. Let's be a community. That's where this all started.
I'm not even saying it's a good form of government. What I'm saying is, though, people jump to these conclusions before you can even have the conversation. My point is, either I'm giving some money to a collective pile that gets used for other people. Either way, I'm doing that.
Yeah, you are.
In one scenario, it's for the good of the people and the government's job to make it work and do it. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, there's a problem. Government can't. You say that, but you don't have it, so how do you know?
It's already happening.
All right, so there's that. But then I'm already doing this with insurance. The difference is sometimes they cover stuff, sometimes they don't. How do I know?
That's just for yourself. I'm talking about when the money that you've paid into taxes goes to help other people with their
That's
bills.
my whole point. But that happens with personal insurance. You know that?
Yeah,
like when you and I
true.
pay insurance, who are we paying for that month? Not me and you. We're paying so that you and I, if we need it, can, but we're paying it so everybody else on the plan with Aetna or whoever, they can.
Yeah.
We're all doing the exact thing we're afraid of.
No one wants to be told
that. The difference is
that.
Big giant corporations get to skim a ton of crap off it, make decisions based on whether you live or die. Mm-hmm. Why do we think that's a better version of the pay into the pot? Why is they're both paying into a pot?
Yeah.
Why is that better?
It's just that the other pot, the corporate greed wouldn't be happening because it couldn't.
I hate it.
It's ridiculous. I say that as not a corporate person.
I'm not a corporate shill at all. I hate it. All right. Enough of that. Screw all that. Forget it. Forget we said anything. Back to the doctors for a minute. Dr. Jerry Tolbert would like to have a word with us.
Okay.
Here's his call.
Your friendly neighborhood family doc swinging by to say that, yes, indeed, a catheter bag or a urine collection bag is the appropriate name for the device you were describing on the most recent SKIM show. You can also have something called a leg bag, which attaches to the leg with some straps so that you can walk around while you're using the catheter as well. Either way, it's all there just to catch the wee. If you need anything else, just page me.
All there to catch
I like
the
the
wee.
leg bag because I think that's what people use when they go to. It's like the stadium pal, right?
Yeah, that's what a stadium pal is basically. Except for dudes, they strap it on. It's not, instead of a thing going up in, it's like a holder.
Yeah.
And then for women, there's like a cup thing you can do.
Yeah, the shiwi.
The shiwi, is that what it's called?
Some of them
I really
are called that.
don't like that at all.
That's for like camping and stuff, though, not for strapping it to your leg at a game.
Why not? Why not
I don't
that?
know. We always stand in line. We like standing in really long lines to go pee.
That's true. Women are always waiting.
That's because it takes longer. You can't just stand at a urinal. Maybe if you take the shiwi in with you, you could stand at the sink and be right into it.
But why couldn't you guys come up with a plan like
That's what
that
it would
doesn't
have
need a
to
bunch of
be.
stalls? That's like some kind of like
Because we don't have a
just
unit.
let it rip. Spray the wall, whatever you got to do.
It wouldn't. It would just spray your clothes. It doesn't work that way. That's why the shiwi works, because it spouts off
I would
like
get,
a
okay.
dude's.
If I could make humanity, okay.
Okay,
The next
if you
swing
could
at
make
this,
humanity.
teeth are going to be pure bone, no more
Okay.
nerves in there,
All
just
right.
bone.
I like it because it would work better.
Pinky's going away. No more pinky. Out of here.
Come on, you don't
need
use it whenever you write and stuff.
No, you don't need it. Try. Remember, the next time you write, notice how your pinky means nothing. Yeah, it's fine. You got all you need. Then the other thing is, and then we're never going to vomit again. It's all going to come out of some other thing. Like my elbow.
It's gonna come out of your nipples.
It'd be like an elbow, like a little hatch. Oh, I don't feel very good.
I don't
Just
feel
a second.
very good. Hold on a
Zip.
minute.
Whatever. Also, absorbing nutrients will not be eating anything anymore. You'll just like hold something in your hand for a minute.
Come on.
It'll all transfer
I really
in.
like eating.
You can still eat, but you won't do
see.
it for nutrition. That way you can eat whatever we want, and
Someone
it goes
will
right out
find
your
a
elbow.
way to make money.
Just give me another pizza. Anyway,
I like it.
these are all great ideas.
Just
Write them
weird,
down.
great ideas. Scott's gonna have the weirdest race of people, or whatever they are.
Well, as much as I hate to go from that weird idea to
Okay.
actual food, I want to talk about our friends at Factor. And the reason I'm doing this, big thanks to Factor, by the way. They're sponsoring today's episode of SKIM. Kim and I love Factor, especially when
Yes.
you leave town, because she knows I'm going to be okay. I'm
you're
going to
gonna eat
survive.
well.
That's right.
You're getting your nutrients, not in your hand.
Here's what I want you to do. Go to factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use the code factorpodcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's a pretty good idea in itself. But here's the reasons you do it. They come fresh, not frozen. I don't know how you make those things cold the way they do. It's crazy. That big bag of cold.
Yeah.
It's not ice.
Keeps
It's
them-
something else.
It is ice, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it's frozen.
Well, yeah, but it turns into a goo when you're done.
That's true.
And they even tell you how you can get rid of how you can
recycle the bag and everything. Eco-friendly.
friendly bag.
Yes.
How to get rid of it and
Yes.
stuff. And then in there are all these foods, and they can be based on 40 options across all these different dietary preferences, 8 different preferences in the menu. You want keto? I don't personally, but some people are on the keto thing. Protein plus, that's my favorite. Calorie smart if you're trying to lose weight, all that kind of stuff. I always say this a lot, but whenever they do a pork chop,
I know you like your pork chops. You like the steak at the pork chops. Carter likes the vegetarian ones.
It's so
they
good,
turned
you
out
guys.
really good.
if I'd have had, after this procedure, we'll call it, because we're talking about food here, I don't want to freak anybody out. But if I could have had like 5 Factor meals in front of me, I'm
You
not
would
sure I
have
could have
probably
controlled
eaten
myself.
all of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
would
kind
have.
of went nuts.
But
That's
anyway,
okay.
2 minutes in the microwave, done. They're hot, ready to go, fresh, ready to eat. I didn't have to think too much. I don't have to become a chef to know how to do it. You're gone, and
They're
I'm not an
definitely
idiot.
chef prepared. They are so good.
They're really, really good. Anyway, they have other stuff like snacks, smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, that kind of stuff. So you can add all these kind of add-ons. You can reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that cannot be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use the code factorpodcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code factorpodcast at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Big thanks to those guys. We love them.
Definitely.
All right. Shall we check the mailbag?
Let's do it.
Trying not to make you late for our appointment.
It's all right. I've already changed the time.
Oh, you
'cause I
did?
knew I would be late.
How much did you buy us? A half hour?
Half an hour,
Oh, we
so
got
we're
it.
good.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Here we go. Let me pull this up. How about this one? Oh, it's a big one.
Sweet.
For Skim regarding taking a compliment. I'm not very good at it. I don't
true.
like it. It makes me
You
feel
don't.
weird. So does your daughter. She doesn't like it. Just today.
I'm working on it.
Just today, I told her about how I gave her a compliment in a certain scenario, and she locked up, basically. She hates it. But anyway, regarding taking a compliment, I used to be very similar to Scott. I didn't want to even come close to seeming arrogant when somebody complimented me, so I would try to shrug it off or deflect it. I'm an actor, so people often approach me to talk about something they saw me in. I think this sort of thing particularly applies to your work, Scott. A teacher of mine, really changed my point of view on accepting compliments in high school. When you shrug off a person's compliment, you do two things. Did we already read this? Does this sound familiar?
This sounds a little familiar.
You're invalidating their experience and making them feel like they have to continue to compliment to convince you.
I think this is the advice
similar.
we get a lot.
Yeah, similar advice. I hope I'm not reading this twice, but I really like this, what he says. Or maybe I am glad I'm doing it twice, because sometimes you people don't get it in the first time.
Listen up.
Or I don't. Anyway, it says you're invalidating the experience of it. In my case, a particular performance of mine may have been deeply resonant with a person. It's kinder and actually far more humble to say in response something like, quote, "This means so much to me. I'm really glad to hear you had such a great experience. It makes all the craziness of the entertainment business worth it to get a message like this. Thank you for reaching out." Well, yeah, if you say it like that. Occasionally.
Sometimes you just say, thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
but that is like
I am trying
awesome.
to do better since we had this original conversation.
Okay.
I've had a few situations where somebody reached out, says, "Hey, thinking about your mom. Hope she's doing better. Hope you're keeping all your stuff straight," which I'm not, by the way. It's been hard. It's kind of messed with our schedules.
Yeah, a lot.
But instead of me just kind of going, "Oh, I don't want to," or they say something nice like, "Your show's got me through this and this. I hope this email gets you whatever." Instead of me just feeling like that pressure of, I don't want to have to live up to something. You
already lived up to it.
I know, but that's not how my brain works. Okay. So I have to respond in a way, and I'm having to train myself to do it differently, like he's explaining here. He says, obviously, it would be more personalized if the person to whom you're speaking to, or to the person you're speaking to, but that's the gist, and I don't really... sorry, why am I reading that wrong? And I really do mean when I do mean it when I say it.
Yeah.
Geez, Scott. That wasn't him. That was me. Sometimes I can blame it on the colonoscopy.
Oh, okay.
I've had
a day or two.
I had a grown man's fingers in my bum.
I don't
what would
think
you
his
do?
fingers were there. It's
well,
just like a tube.
Gloves. And they got to like jam it because he had to do the cork thing, the gasket unit. Do you know what I mean? To put the hose on. Anyway, I don't know what they do back there. I'm not a gastroenterologist. I don't know how they enter the ology down there. Anyway, where was I? Something like that response makes a person feel seen and feel good, and that their words had an impact on you, just like your work did on them. In a way, you're complimenting their kindness in return. So let me conclude with this. I love all the shows, Scott. At the beginning of my career, when I was standing in line in the snow in New York City at 5:30 a.m. just to get to my audition, Frog Pants kept me a bit warmer. And now if I don't get a part that I really wanted, Frog Pants helps brighten my day. Your work has meant a lot to me over the years, and that's the point, right? Why even turn on the mic if no one is listening or enjoying this show? So take the compliment, you big knucklehead. All right.
Like
that was very nice of him to say.
That was fantastic.
And I will take that compliment in the spirit it was given and say thank you for that. And also knowing that somebody was in the snow waiting for a gig and that somehow was comforting does make it more worth doing.
Who sent that?
This is from no name. They didn't leave a name.
Oh, okay.
I wish I could thank them personally.
We should thank them personally.
Yeah, I don't have a name. This was Yeah, it was an anonymous text.
Okay.
But he called me a knucklehead, and that's when my heart skipped a beat.
Do we know it's a he?
No.
We don't even know that.
I don't.
But we appreciate
I'm making this
appreciate it, though. I appreciate it because Scott does need to be more aware of taking a compliment.
Yeah.
I try really hard. I get a lot of love your hair, and I say, thank you so much.
She gets that a lot. Everywhere we go, people like her hair. You know what no one ever says to me? I like your hair. Not once.
I've even gotten I like your whole look.
Our hair is a lot alike, even. Look we both got the sticky uppy faux hockey
sticky
thing.
uppy.
We're both a little silver this stage of our lives. But nobody says, Scott,
should I color my hair again? No. I used to be purple all the time.
I like it now. Do you not like it?
No, I just don't. We look the same.
You want to do a quick, let's do a quick poll. Chat room.
All right.
Kim she should get a
Should I go
color?
back to on the website for SKIM, it shows me with purple hair. The Carter drew that.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious.
She
what's
could
better?
Go back, wear it to Vegas.
Maybe.
Blow all their minds.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. We'll see what happens.
Or a different color.
Yeah. I don't know what we're going to do.
Purple's what I ended up doing for years because that color worked out really well. But I couldn't also wear pink or red.
You could do blue on the hair. A lot of people do blue.
It's true.
They like the blue. Fieselay in the chat says stay natural, no dye.
Oh, that's nice.
So far, that's the
what my
only
kids
opinion
always
we've
say.
got.
They're always like, nah, it's fine. You look good with silver hair. And it is pretty silver. I'm really happy about that.
Jan says Carter drew Scott with blonde hair, and look at him now. I had blonde hair as a kid until about age 7 or 8, and then it went brown.
Yeah.
Dark brown. And then it went silver now. But even now in this lighting, you can see where the brown is still. Just a lot of the side
It's all very
business on
natural.
top. Yeah.
Mine went totally silver. Carter says I have some dark spots in it.
You know what's funny about your hair, though? We didn't know how silver you'd gone until you decided to stop
Oh, that's true.
dyeing it, because you were dyeing it before.
Yeah.
So when you cut it off, we were like, whoa, that's under there?
It's so silver.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Yeah. Kind of fun.
If you do it, I'll do it. We can both go blue to Vegas or something. You want to match?
Match again. Might as well stay silver.
The problem with me is if I go blue up top, I got to go blue down here.
No.
Shave it.
Oh,
I know.
No.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
No.
That's why I'm saying it's a bad idea.
Color a beard. No.
We don't?
No.
Why don't we?
Because first
Some
of all, it
people
grows
do.
out in like 2 days, and then you have silver underneath it.
That's true. I grow very fast now.
All guys do, or most guys do.
I didn't when I was younger. It took forever. Nick got a beard at 18. It took me till I was 25 or something. Anyway, speaking of which, everyone's doing good. All the kiddos are good.
Yep. All the little kiddos are good.
Yeah. Ramona is running around like a freak and has more energy than any of us, and is the just happiest.
Yeah, I
sweetest
FaceTimed
kid.
her this morning,
Oh, you
and
saw her
she was
today?
eating strawberries, and she kept trying to share them with us. She kept hitting the phone with a strawberry.
Gross. We can wipe that down later.
Well, you know,
But
I've been outside, and so my nose is itchy.
you gonna sneeze for us? Give us a
No.
good sneeze.
No, I'm good,
Some people are
thanks.
into that. You know, like there are probably whole OnlyFans channels just for ladies sneezing.
That's odd.
I know, but I'm telling you,
Okay.
there's something for everybody.
I mean, it's fine. Do your thing.
Hey, they say, what's your kink? Search for it and you'll find it. They call it Rule 34, see, where name something. Like if you looked up, what's something like in our lives that we think of as just like a pure thing?
Eye twitching. Is that a thing?
I don't know about that. But I was thinking like, what's a popular, like Bluey. We all think, we just love Bluey here.
Right.
We adore it. It's one of the most wholesome things ever. It's sweet. It's funny. It's all those things. Don't ever search for Bluey and the word, say, porn. I guarantee, I haven't looked, but I guarantee you that exists.
Ah, cool.
I know. And it's going to be bad. So
Okay.
that's why they call it Rule 34. If anything exists, there's a porn version of it. That's Rule 34.
Oh, right then.
So you could say, not that the sneezing thing is necessarily porn, but somebody somewhere is into something.
Isn't that what's the sound thing? ASMR.
Oh, ASMR,
Is
yeah.
maybe that falls.
Do you
in
have that at all
category?
from anything that gives you like the little tingly on top of your head kind of voices or sounds or certain frequencies or anything? Because I don't at all. I don't get this from anything.
I don't know. I was in a pottery class for the last 8 weeks, and I feel like that kind of made my brain a little warm. It felt like just cool to sit and use a potter's wheel.
That could be it. It could be a part
But
of
it's
that.
not exactly a sound or anything.
No. I mean, I think it's a very specific... Look, I am no expert on it, which people will gladly tell me after this episode goes up. But I think it's supposed to be auditory in nature. Like the whispery stuff just makes me want to crawl out of my skin and murder someone. I hate it.
That's how I feel about people doing like softly doing my arm.
Oh yeah, Kim
people
can't do
that on
like
their
a
back, and
gentle
I'm
like.
"Ugh."
You don't
it makes
mind
my
a.
skin crawl. It makes me want to punch somebody.
You're less that way with your head.
Yes.
Like if we're watching TV, I can kind of.
You can play with my
with your
hair,
hair,
but the soft tickly.
Like if I go to her arm and do like this at all, she might kill me. You guys will never see me again. You have a real revulsion.
I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And
but tickling just makes
love
me
it.
want to just punch somebody.
Me and Phoebe, big fans.
Yes.
Carter
Phoebe's
too.
like,
Carter
tickle?
likes it.
Tickle?
Yeah,
I
she
don't mind
tickle.
doing that to anybody,
Yeah.
but I just can't stand it. It makes me want to jump out of my skin.
There are times where like, I don't know, I'm just chilling, working on something, and Kim will just lightly touch my back, and do
you just
that
kinda go,
would make her want to
Yeah.
scream.
Yeah.
For me, it's the chillest I'm going to be for months.
The most relaxing moment.
Yeah. I don't understand how people work. We're weird. You know?
Different things tickle your brain.
Yeah. There's probably a sneeze wiki, says KT Data. You know what? Let's find out. We have the internet. Sneeze
We have the
wiki.
internet.
Okay, there's the sneeze Wikipedia article, but that's not what we're looking for. Sneeze. I hate to search it this way, but sneeze. I'll just say sneeze kink and see what we get. Sneeze fetish.
People have a fetish for sneezes. They just run around throwing pepper on everybody.
There's also a sexually. We have 3 kids. We know what's up.
Okay.
Sexually induced sneezing or sex sneeze. It's a phenomenon characterized by sneezing during a. The person experiences sneezing as a result of sexual thoughts, arousal, intercourse, or orgasm.
Sneezing.
How you like that?
Okay.
Sneezing, let's see, occurs.
So for some people, it is more of a kink.
Independent from anything else. So this is more of a thing, not so much a fetish.
Well, I mean, but people probably appreciate the sneeze for that reason.
Oh, sneezing fetish. Yeah, here it is. There's a whole thing. A sneeze kink, also known as a mucophilia, is an attraction to sneezing sexually, which can often be aroused by someone's own sneezes or by watching or hearing others sneeze. So that's where I was.
Yep.
See, I told you.
There, told you.
I'm not doing the Bluey search.
Don't do it.
Nope.
No.
I don't need to see whatever that is. Like, even if it's just Chili and Bandit, I don't want to see it.
Nope.
Nope. No thanks.
Now everybody on our chat's going to be like, let me go check it out.
Oh, they know. The Rule 34 thing's been around
I think it's
forever.
weird to have a sneeze, but I get it. Everybody's got their thing.
Yeah, have whatever you want. The buffet is yours. If you're not hurting somebody, go ahead.
That's true.
Although the Bluey thing's it's a little edge case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's for kids and
It's
stuff.
too much fun for kids. Don't do that.
Don't be doing that. Okay, what else? We're getting close to where we said we were going to end, so we'll go a little bit longer. Foodie for the week. We haven't had a chance. Well, no, that's not true. You've been making tons of stuff, just nothing that's like new or that you just learned.
Yeah. I haven't made anything new. I haven't cooked a ton this week only because we've been, I think last week, every other day I was at your mom's facility.
We're going
checking
again
on
this
her.
week sometime. We were supposed to go to Phoenix. She fell. We canceled that trip. Some people are still going to Phoenix. So we're going to
We'll be here.
basically we're the ones here to, check in, make sure things are cool. And, it's all right over there. It smells a little bit like an old suit.
It does not.
Yeah.
I do keep taking her. She likes those grandma brand.
Pink cookies.
No, not the pinks. They are the oatmeal raisin. That's what I keep taking to her.
Oatmeal raisin.
The soft oatmeal raisin cookies. She loves those. So every time I go, the last couple times I went, I took her some of those or one of those, and she would just light up. And I tried to put it on her tray near her, and she's like, no, put it right here by my hand. Put it on the bed right next to me. I'm like, all right. It
These
was
are
in
the
the package
grandma
still.
brand?
Yeah,
Oh, here they
she
are.
likes those.
All right, chat. You guys can
So
see
it's
these.
super funny because she gets really excited about them.
Oh,
And she wanted it right next to her. It was
There's
really
a recipe how to make them without
Oh.
buying them if you ever wanted to.
cute. I could do that.
Yeah. Probably have less sugar, so I could eat one or two.
I could do that too.
But there they are, purple bag.
She thought that was great.
I mean, I'm a
She
big
kind
fan.
of lit up when I showed up with those.
Big fan of this brand of cookie, but I can't eat these anymore.
No, you can't.
No. But I did back in the day. Maybe that's why I can't eat them anymore. But I used to love the pink ones with all the frosting on
Oh,
them.
yeah. Those I'm allergic to. I don't know what it is, but they make the top of my mouth itch.
Oh,
so
that's
there's
right.
something in them that my mouth does not like.
What if it's seaweed?
There's no seaweed in those cookies.
When's the last time you had the seaweed reaction? Has it been a while?
It's been a while,
Yeah.
and I did find out something very interesting talking to a doctor that was there to see your mom.
Another
Because
Tolbert
she
opportunity,
has
Jerry.
a-
If you
she-
disagree with any of this, send this in. Okay, go
She
ahead.
has what she thinks is a penicillin allergy, which I also have.
Your mother.
No, your mother.
My mother. Got
Yes.
it. I didn't know she had
She
that.
has a little band on that says allergy, and they're like, "What are you allergic to?" And she says penicillin. And the doctor came in and said that a lot of people are allergic to the ingredients in your penicillin that preserve it. So the preservatives in the penicillin may be what you're allergic to. He said you still could be allergic to penicillin, but a lot of people are allergic to the preservatives in it. So I'm wondering.
Wait, how do you get any that doesn't have the preservative? How do you get preservative free?
I don't know. I
penicillin?
think different medications have different preservatives in them.
Okay.
That are a penicillin base.
Yeah.
Depending on what the antibiotic is. I'm wondering if there were preservatives on the seaweed that I tried. What was that, 20 years ago when I had the allergic reaction?
Did it twice though, remember?
Yes, but it was the same place.
Oh, that's
It was
true.
when we first started trying sushi. It was started to get a little more popular. We're not near a coastline, so there weren't a lot of places.
A lot of
at the
California
time.
rolls and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, since I only had them at one location,
yeah.
their one seaweed, wherever it was coming from, it might have been the preservatives on it. So
You want to try it again?
I
See what
did
happens?
try a roll and accidentally had some the other day and didn't have any reaction to it at all.
You could go back to normal seaweed
I
based.
could, except I really like soy paper more. It doesn't have any fishy taste, and I love that.
It also doesn't stay like, sometimes you chew it, it's like there's paper
It's
in there
chewy,
almost.
yeah.
It's chewy, you got to get through it. Soy paper kind of dissolves. Mm-hmm. It's a good
I
point.
like it more.
I kind of prefer
so
it too.
I prefer it, but I like the idea that maybe I'm not allergic, so if I accidentally ingest some, I'm not going to have spots all over my body.
That
which
was bad.
The worst. It was like bee stings.
First time wasn't so bad. You had like 3,
I had
4.
like maybe 10.
It was something
And
like
then
that.
the second time was like 25.
Ooh.
The third time, that was like 100 of them. And it was between my shoulders to my knees. I had spots that looked like bee stings and they hurt.
And they hurt like bee stings.
Yes.
Maybe they were bees.
They were not bees.
I let bees in that night. I'm sorry I didn't tell you before. But that was me. Brought the bees in.
Anyway,
I said Candyman 5
that
times. And
is
then the
when
bees
I
came in.
realized maybe I'm allergic to seaweed because everything else I tried, again, I tried the avocado because we were just doing California rolls. I tried the avocado, the rice, everything that was in the ones we had gotten. Cucumbers, I thought, I'm just going to dissect these and figure out what it was doing it. And that's the only
Those
thing
didn't
we
do it
could.
either. Yeah, I think you're right. It was
But
just-
now every place I go does soy paper. Some of the rolls automatically have soy paper. They're kind of a brightly colored, either yellow or pink, sometimes white. And I like them better.
Huh.
So I'm good with that.
Okay.
But if I accidentally have it in a miso soup, sometimes they'll put little pieces in there. It won't. It hasn't given me a
It
hard
hasn't
time.
given you a hard time. See, it would if it was that. I think you're right. It's something else, or it's something associated with it,
Yes.
a preservative or something. Which you could see seaweed having a lot of that, especially.
Yeah. They flatten it out and make it into sheets, and they would have to preserve it to kind of dry it out and everything.
Plus, we're landlocked
sense.
where we are.
Exactly.
So why they're going to make that stuff? I don't know how any of that stuff works, so I shouldn't say. But you know what I mean? I don't even like seaweed that much, so I'm okay with soy paper too. But that is interesting.
Yeah.
You could have this reaction with some other food that was preserved with the same stuff. Or maybe they don't make that stuff anymore.
Well, yeah. And with penicillin, the one time I had a reaction, it was the inside of my body was itching.
That's
like
not
the
cool.
under my skin was itching everywhere. And so they were like, well, let's change the antibiotic you're on. And it worked. So that's
Under your
when
skin?
like
How do you scratch that?
you can't. It was the worst.
You just
My whole
slap
body
yourself?
itched.
Trying to think what I would do.
You kinda
I've had
slap
similar
yourself.
thing. You know that itch on my leg? You know when that went away? Detox for a colonoscopy. So it tells me it's something I was eating.
Something you're having is doing that.
It was
Maybe.
making my calves itch. Like
Or
not
it's
tingle,
really dry
itch.
here.
Well, it's that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's dry here. It's nice today though. In fact, when
Yeah.
you get back from the dude,
The dude.
and I'll be done with my thing by then, we can go walk.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I read
Let's
that.
do it.
Guess what I
It's
read?
going to be almost 60 degrees today.
Walking. I almost did a Christopher
Walking.
Walken voice. Walking briskly burns more fat. and
Calories
is-
or fat?
Calories and fat
Okay.
than running intermittently. In other words,
Which is what most people do because you can't just.
because you can't just keep that up. So
I mean,
you want to
some people
sustain
can,
it.
But
Every day you just straight, never stop, same speed.
Yeah.
Like we got to quit taking the dog with us and pooping every few minutes. And plus,
just go run, do a fast walk.
we're old. Our bones, my knees aren't going to love me if I do. I have good knees right now. I'd like to keep them
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. I wasn't Mr. Soccer Boy growing up, and I didn't play a lot of things that would
play
hurt my knees.
basketball.
I play basketball, but not crazy.
Oh, sorry, I kicked the camera.
But
Everyone just shook around.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, this thing here?
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, no, there's a quake. This is about, remember 5 years ago, there's a quake? Remember that? This
I
is
do.
about now, right around now. This is when the shutdown was in full-blown mode, and we were all told to stay in place.
We're talking about your knees.
Oh.
You kind of got sidetracked there.
My niece? I think we're done anyway. Hey,
Okay.
I wanted to reiterate because we haven't had a chance to really push this, but as you can see, it's not on the. I meant to put it in our overlay and I forgot. But I want more people to send us messages in the new thingy, voicecast.app. Yeah, you know me. voicecast.app/skim, SKIM. And now, here's the cool thing. Now, with more features, even more, you could do the voicemail thing or just leave us a text message. Those both work. And they're working great, and I love it. That one we heard from Dr. Tolbert, that's how he did
Sounds
it.
awesome.
Yep, and he's a doctor.
And he's a doctor.
Heard a doctor. Gosh, Andy. Oh. Went all Don Knotts for some reason. Anyway, do you have anything else you wanted to say?
No.
Any preparation? Like I prepared for a colonoscopy in a very specific way. Are you
I'm preparing
for
my yard for gardening.
Oh. But what have you done to prepare for Mr. Barrett, our CPA?
Oh gosh, I hate putting. That's the hard part is getting it all ready to go.
He likes
all
you,
the
though.
paperwork.
He's
all
a fan.
The,
He's a fan.
he's a fan.
Yeah.
He's great.
He's come to Nerdtacular once.
It's not him. It's what I have to go do, which is put everything together to turn in for taxes.
You know what's funny is this guy, somebody, when I used to work with him, it was years and years ago, I worked with him at a company where he was the CPA for that company.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone in the office had convinced me that his, I think, 50th birthday was coming up. And nobody
my
asked
gosh.
questions because he looked 50. He was
remember
very gray.
this.
Like super gray, looked old already.
I remember this because I got involved.
Yeah, you made the cake.
I made the cake.
So she makes this, you're over the hill now, whatever it was, cake. It was all black. We leaned in. And he was turning 40. He was 38
That was a jerk move on everybody
when I
else's
met him.
part.
Yeah, and he looked super
That's your
young.
old boss that did that.
Well, he's the one that owes me 40 or 90
It's
grand.
85.
89.
It's 85.
I looked it up.
You-
It's $89,000.
With inflation.
No, with it. You want to count inflation or like what it would cost if it was like minimum amount of interest? He owes me like
oh my gosh.
160 grand.
Ugh.
It's never going to happen. But I still think about it. You know, if
Well,
the world
of course you do. That's a lot of
if the world was
effing money.
if the world was fair, he would show up one day and just say, "It's the
I
right
put
thing
it
to do.
together
I
for you."
finally put it together. We're doing good now. Here you go." And I would be thrilled. And it would not only would the money would be secondary. The fact, I mean, it'd be important.
huge. Are you
we'd
kidding me?
Finally pay off the house and be done. All of that's true. But I would also just be really glad that somebody, for once in business life, seemed to want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't happen
Because
very
it doesn't happen very often.
That's a
You're a
depressing
good
point to
business
end on.
guy.
I am. I'm always fair and do
Yeah.
all my stuff. But nobody's. I haven't had an opportunity where it was like, sorry guys, it's going to be 6 months before you see it, and then follow through. I'm just following through now, all the time.
That's the way we work, though.
Right.
Here at the Johnson household.
That's the way we run the Johnson business.
The bit. Well, that's all, folks.
I feel like you're just trying to get me to do that. You finally got me there. Nice job.
That was not on purpose. That was funny.
I believe you. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all for listening. And go support our friends at Factor. And while you're at it, leave us those voicemails and those text
Yes.
messages, okay? voicecast.app/skim. And if you're like, well, I only know the website, frogpants.com/skim, it's up there too.
Sweet.
It's right there on
Easy
the
to
page.
find.
Click it and you're in. And you can do it on mobile, desktop. It doesn't make you sign into anything. This thing is just like a easy thing. It's like if you knew me and called me on your phone. And you don't even have to
There
have
you
that.
go. You don't even have to have that.
You don't even have to tell me who you are. Fully anonymous if you want to be.
There you go.
You don't have to be like Dr. Tolbert and share all his credentials when he calls in.
He's awesome, though.
No, we love him. He's the
I love
best.
that we have a professional.
I think he's going to Vegas. Ooh. Him and his wife, maybe.
Maybe.
I'm excited. They're good people.
If that's the case,
And if anyone collapses there, someone can go, is there a doctor in the house? And he can say, yes. Page me if you need me, he'll say.
Not that we hope for that for
No,
anybody.
we don't want that.
No.
F that. All right, that's it for us. Thanks, everybody, for watching,
You guys are awesome.
listening, whatever. See you next time.
See ya.
ready for breakfast. Here's the table. Father, Mother, Bill, and Mabel.
Once upon a time, there was a hero named you. Find the next step of your quest at frogpants.com.